there are communities throughout our country that have experienced economic boom, loss, and revitalization, ushering in the energy of prosperity at times of uncertainty. This is the story here in Amsterdam, New York. It's the history of a place that has seen it all and is looking ahead to a bright future.
Back at the beginning of the 20th century, we were a key industrial center of New York State, basically because of two bodies of water, the Mohawk River, which goes east and west, and that was the pathway for the Erie Canal, which made us a big port on the Erie Canal, and it also made us a big stop on the New York Central Railroad lines. The Chuctanunda Creek runs north and south through our city, and it drops hundreds of feet in elevation on that path, and it created a canyon of factories, carpet mills, broom, button, knitting mills, and they created thousands of jobs, and those thousands of jobs were filled by immigrants from Europe, and they came here and they became our first generation of working families. After World War II, many of those factories closed, and we had a whole new generation of smaller manufacturing companies move into those empty spaces and give those thousands of unemployed factory workers new jobs in diversified industries. And then by the 1990s, you know what happened to manufacturing in our country. It happened here in Amsterdam. It's been a tougher struggle to revive from that point of view, but we're working on it.
A critical move in the city's quest to stay relevant in the new millennium was the completion of the Mohawk Valley Gateway Overlook pedestrian bridge in 2016. The $17 million investment became known as the main artery in the community, as it connected the quickly emerging South Side neighborhood. This new link served as a catalyst project in the city's overall revitalization initiatives and is now teeming with community activities and gatherings.
The creation of the Mohawk Valley Gateway Overlook Bridge was a long project that spanned about 10-15 years. It had a lot of community partners invested in it, and it really helped garner the attention of the state for us. We were the round 3 recipient of the Mohawk Valley Regional Economic Development Council's DRI funding, which helped invest $10 million into our downtown core. So it helped us look away from the waterfront and how better to utilize our downtown and subsequent neighborhoods and what they needed in order to be revitalized. In 2019, the MVGO was the recipient of a federal award, which was through the American Planning Association and Great Public Space Identification. This helped have Amsterdam on the map across our country as a great public space and really shone a light on the MVGO, our waterfront and our downtown and everything it has to offer. Since the pandemic, we've seen that shift in populations where people are tired of the grind of larger cities. Amsterdam, being a smaller city and a smaller community, has more of that family feel, that close-knit safety aspect that we're looking for, and so we're hoping that more people will shift to upstate into the city of Amsterdam where they can get a better quality of life.
The city of Amsterdam is open for business and on the cusp of a resurgence. New businesses are opening, others are relocating to Amsterdam, and some are expanding, all bringing new private investment into the city.
Executive Group is an architectural millwork firm and warehousing and logistics firm specializing in the hospitality industry in the metropolitan area of New York and Boston. Amsterdam is about 3 hours away from the largest 2 metropolitan areas in the Northeast. Logistically speaking, that makes perfect sense for this location to be at, so we can have low operation costs with a friendly municipal. Amsterdam provides us a terrific opportunity with the ability to own and not lease a large volume of space for us to grow our business into. So we went from approximately 50,000 square feet in leases to owning over 1 million square feet in space. Since we relocated to Amsterdam, we've grown from about 75-person company to over 150 people. And we would not have been able to do that without the low overhead costs which Amsterdam offers, the infrastructure that it has, and the amount of space that we can operate out of and grow into.
One of their larger buildings that they purchase is something that is a very prominent feature in the city of Amsterdam. You see it when you're coming off of the thruway. So having that revitalized and now actually working at full capacity shows that Amsterdam is open for business, that there is revitalization opportunities, and that we're willing to work with new investment and developers that want to come into the city.
City officials are ensuring that DRI funding is put to good use by reviving the downtown by creating walkable, vibrant spaces to attract tourism and new business, implementing catalytic projects that focus on job creation and workforce development, and continuously improving upon their revitalization plans.
One of the major areas of development that we've been looking at as a city is our waterfront, as well as a strategic site over on the south side, which was one of the former Chalmers knitting mills. That is looking at being developed privately and creating a public-private partnership between the City of Amsterdam and the developer to make sure that we now have access to our waterfront, especially since our city exists on both sides of the Mohawk River.
When the second generation of manufacturers moved out of our city, it left us still with a solid base of working families. And our whole point is to attract more working families to our community by providing the services and things that they need to look for a good quality of life. In addition to working families, we're trying to attract young professionals to our city. The pandemic has made a huge change in the living styles of people. They want the amenities of urban living, but they don't want the clutter, and what Amsterdam offers is non-cluttered urban living with a lot of space. And so we're trying to make our city more attractive for the younger professionals as well. The City of Amsterdam wants to be the #1 hometown choice of working families and young professionals in the Capital District area of our state.
The City of Amsterdam is on the rise. To learn more and plan your visit, go to amsterdamny.gov today.